actually opened up my email ID on LinkedIn because on Twitter and Facebook it's open. I mean, we know how to add and things like that. People can see your profile. But on LinkedIn it is not. And the only barrier to entry is your email ID. I actually opened up my email ID on my name itself. Recently I had actually opened up my mobile number on Twitter. I mean, it was there in my bio. Because I want people to call me. If I want to become an influencer. I mean, an editor would want people to call him and give feedback.
And also, the thing I think, I don't know, I'm just guessing here, that the topics that you chose 2 years ago to write about or to communicate about were also coincided with your passion.
Absolutely.
Yes. So they were created or written consciously.
Absolutely.
Yes. Otherwise, I don't think you would choose it as a very scientific process that, okay, this is the fad, I will go along with these topics.
It is interesting because I'm sure there are a lot of people who, there are very few people, not a lot, a few people who scientifically approach. Because I'll tell you what, social influencer. What I'm saying is, I always looked at it from the followers' perspective. Because I have about 2,000 people following me on Facebook or about 15,000 listeners. The point is that everyone takes me as a social influencer from his mind differently. I don't project it in a certain way. It is they who decide what social influencer I am. Whereas it is from yours, so it is pull and yours is push. Basically, you are putting out in a very scientific way, which is an interesting thing which I never thought about. That's why I said that. It's a scientific approach which is taken.
I have a small point here. I mean, I don't know if most of you know Chris Roden out here. Yeah, all the bloggers will know.
Yeah.
So he wrote a small article and he says that don't bother if I'm following you or not, because these days if you unfollow somebody, they will use a cool app and they say, okay, you unfollowed it. Do you actually care people unfollow you? If you don't follow me, I'm not bothering. There's a whole world out there. But Chris Roden said that it's very interesting thing. Don't bother if I'm following you or whatever. Are my tweets or are my content or 140 or wherever I'm putting, are they making any sense? Are they helping you?
Exactly.
If it is yes,
it's a value to something.
Absolutely. No, but what he's saying, a very scientific approach, talking only about a vertical, it's kind of his magazine, which he said perfectly. So he has gone and taken social media, which generally we tweet about. I'm an expert in certain field, but I do talk about a lot of things. I wrote about a Dell computer which I bought just 3 days back. I reviewed it and I put it. And there are 100 people asking me about it. They went and bought it because it was a good deal. So for them, I might be a certain thing. For a few other people, I wrote about the budget. So for them, I may be a budget thing. Here, this guy has consciously done that. So it is not like you are expressing it very scientifically, which you want to achieve a particular objective from your side. So that's a good thing. I mean, that's excellent.
See, it always has to be initially. I mean, that's why I said when I began on Facebook, we were drifting. Why did I ever come on to Facebook? Because everybody is there. Okay? Why was I on Orkut? Because everybody is there. Why am I not on Orkut? Because nobody is there. Okay? Why did I not go on to the Google Plus? I mean, I didn't enjoy it. Whatever you can say, right? Okay, but so initially we were drifting. But while we drifted, we learned. Okay, and somebody has to go back and say, where are we going? Okay, if we are actually fighting with the Times of India, and that is our competition, someday, we would want to be editors, right? And an editor's job is to add to your followers, and you need to know who those followers are.
The reason why I brought up this subject is I found it very interesting because I have always shared in last 4 years, about probably 5,000 tweets and whatever. It is only because this will help my followers. What subject I never thought about, or
which
it is just going to help.
Which is okay.
So that's the difference between doing a casual blogger or someone who's focusing on content. So like for example, Prashant, I'm pretty sure would have decided this is what's missing in the social media world. Case studies, interesting insights on what's happening, which people can learn from and take something from. So the people who are going to follow him eventually, he's targeting that people who want to learn or take something valuable and use it in their marketing or their social media journey. So I think your content size is different. You target and then you decide.
In fact,
what you-
I want to. For you, it was slightly counterintuitive. For me, this was intuitive what he said. The reason is, I call it positioning on a social media.
Absolutely.
If I'm positioned in a particular way, for example, my personal positioning, I'm very passionate about sales. So most of my tweets, most of my Facebook, stuff I share is about that topic which I am passionate about, and my closest friends don't follow me. Yeah, I don't really care because I'm always in touch with them on the phone. So people know that this guy is going to talk about a certain topic, and I always rely on him to give me, some advice or some help, suggestions on this. And at the same time, objective of being on that social media is something again which I concur with him, because let's talk about not me but my brand.